A story. Once there was in a town in, I think, in the city of Prague, there were tremendously holy tzaddikim that were there. And they noticed the children were starting to get ill. And the big tzaddikim that were there, they had like the power of prophecy. They could see, they realized that there was a heavenly decree on the children of the town that they were all going to become ill to a fatal illness. All of them were going to contract a fatal illness. So they all prayed. They didn't know what to do. They prayed, they cried, they cried. The children kept getting sick. So they all made what they call a shalat chalom, a dream request. There's two different opinions of what that means, but essentially what it means, they would write, they make a request, please God, give us a solution. And some say they would write it on a piece of paper and they would put the paper under their pillow or whatever it is. In any case, in the morning they woke up and they had an answer. But they had to go to Shlomo the butcher. And the Shlomo the butcher, he should lead the prayers. So all of these holy rabbis went to Shlomo the butcher, and he saw them coming. He couldn't understand what in the world they wanted from him. And they said that you've probably heard about the decree. He said, yes, I do. I heard about the decree. He personally did not have any children, or his children had already grown. I heard about the decree. What can I do? I'm planning to come to synagogue, but I have a problem to read the words. And so I'm sorry I didn't come. I'm coming. He said, no, that's not why we're here. We're here because we want you to lead the congregation. He said, me, friends, you got the wrong address. He said, I barely can read. I'm really very ashamed of it. I was really never good at it. Maybe it was dyslexic, whatever, and he couldn't read. So he said, not for me. So they said, listen, we all made a request, a dream request, and your answer came up. Your name came up. You have to come and lead the company. Yeah, well, one of us will stand next to you and say the words to say, and you just say the words. I mean, you must know something. I know Shema Yisrael, I know Asher a little bit. So say that, we don't understand what's going on. Just make your own prayer. You don't have to make a prayer from the book. Just make your own prayer and say, God, please heal the children. Please, we're desperate. We have to get. So we walked with them. They came, all the people in the synagogue are all happy. So they got an answer to the dream. Here is Shlomo, the butcher. He's going to come. As he gets into the synagogue, suddenly he breaks loose from all the rabbis that are all around him, and they're bringing him in with this tremendous, pomp and glory and everything, and honor. He breaks loose and he runs back home. And so the rabbi said, well, should we go back and get him? I said, listen, it's not going to do any good. He said, well, let's see what he's up to. Well, maybe. So everybody's sitting there waiting, they're saying psalms. Sure enough, they hear a sound, a rumbling sound. Comes in Shlomo with his scales on a wheelbarrow. He's got very heavy scales. Put it in a wheelbarrow. He brings it into the synagogue. Nobody knows what's going on. They make a place for him. And he takes the wheelbarrow up to the podium. It's like in the middle where they read the Torah. And he's a strong guy, so he lifts the scales up, and he struggles. He gets up and he stands on the podium and he lifts the scales up, and he said, "Listen, God, take my scales, take them, take him, take whatever you want to. Just save the children. Stop the children suffering. There's no reason the children did nothing. Take the scales." And he bursts out crying and weeping, puts the scales down, and he's weeping and crying. So nobody knows exactly what to do. Everybody's crying, of course. But the scales, what's it got to do with anything? So the scales, and sure enough, the next day, the children wake up and they're all healthy. And the decree has been averted. So they went to Shlomo the butcher, and they said, it worked. Your scales, he said, why'd you bring the scales? He said, well, I don't know how to pray. I don't know how to learn. My only thing that I have that's really devoted to God 100% are my scales. I'm very, very worried about maybe cheating somebody, taking a little tiny bit more than what I should. Even though according to Judaism, if you make a small mistake, it's nothing wrong, up to even 1/6 of the value of the thing. It's nothing. You don't have to return it. Right? So, but nevertheless, every day I check my scales twice a day. Check all my weights and I check the scales to see that they're exact. Twice a day I set them. And in the merit of that, so that's the only merit I've got. That's probably why I got. So, of course, they were very happy. And then they went around, the rabbi said, but there's a lot of Jewish merchants in the town, in the Jewish sector, and they're all God-fearing people. So they went and they checked everybody's scales, and they found that everybody's scales were pretty much accurate, but none of them were exactly accurate. Some of them were in the favor of the owner of the place. Some were in the favor of the person who's buying, because nobody wanted to get more than, and he bought also. They all okay, it's not so bad to give too much, but to give too little is bad. So minuscule amounts, pennies that make a little difference, but nevertheless, they were not accurate. They were not accurate because they would check their scales once a week, twice a week, and he checked it twice every day. And they put these scales in a glass box, and that was displayed in the synagogue, I guess, until World War II happened, or World War I, whatever, and they got lost. The point is to do any one thing, but to do it with tremendous devotion and exactness. We have no idea how valuable that is to God.